Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm a certified life coach and I work with people who've had weight loss surgery to make lifestyle changes to become permanently successful in their weight loss. If you're watching this video, it's because you have a loved one who is considering having weight loss surgery. First of all, I'd like to thank you for watching the video because that means you're already supporting them more than most people. And I don't know if you understand how big of a deal that is or not, but it's huge. It's so important to have that support. What I want to do to you today is explain to you why people have weight loss surgery, how it helps them, and what you can do to support them so that they're permanently successful. First of all, weight loss surgery is not easy. It is a major surgery. And the biggest issue that most of us have when we're considering weight loss surgery is when someone says it's easy, or the easy way out is the quote that you'll hear all the time. That is probably the meanest thing you could say to someone who has weight loss surgery. That my weight loss is less credible than someone who hasn't had weight loss surgery and lost the weight. That is like telling a woman who had a C-section that she never gave birth, that she can't take credit for giving birth to her baby because she didn't have an all-natural vaginal birth. Like, it's just as ridiculous. I lost 140 pounds, whether you want to give me credit for that or not. I was almost 300 pounds, and now I am a healthy weight, whether you like it or not. And how I got from point A to point B is completely irrelevant. I chose to have surgery, and I did so because I didn't want to starve myself. And if you watch my first video, you know what I'm talking about. When you try to eat less, you feel like you're starving. And since I've had weight loss surgery and I took on this adventure of becoming a coach and learning how to help people, I discovered that there is something in your stomach called ghrelin. And ghrelin is a hormone that causes hunger feelings. Now, when you have weight loss, or when you are morbidly obese, your ghrelin levels are excessive. They're high. And it's causing you to be more hungry more often. And when you have weight loss surgery, the ghrelin levels drop. And it helps you prevent, or it helps you stop eating so much. And I could go into more detail with it, but you know, Google ghrelin and weight loss surgery, and it'll help you understand how the ghrelin levels affect your body and why weight loss surgery helps it. But it's part of the reason why people who try to lose weight can't, because they're always hungry and they fail and fall off the wagon every time you try to diet. Your ghrelin doesn't just drop when you decide to eat less. You have to feel that starving feeling to lose weight. And for me, I couldn't do it. I tried, and feeling like you're starving is a horrible feeling. I can't imagine feeling that feeling all the time. So I chose to have weight loss surgery so I wasn't starving all the time. I wanted to still be able to feel full and lose weight. And it may sound a little selfish, but what is wrong with feeling satisfied after eating and losing weight at the same time? I don't understand why there has to be pain to be successful in weight loss. So I had weight loss surgery because I didn't want to starve. The surgery I had was called the vertical gastric sleeve. They did not put something around my stomach. The gastric sleeve is when they remove 80% of your stomach and they turn it into a tube. Everything else stays the same. It goes your esophagus, then you have this tube of stomach, and then at the bottom you have your pyloric valve, and it goes into your intestines, and everything still processes the same. It's just that your stomach is smaller, and you digest faster, and you eat less. When you have the gastric bypass, it's a little different. The Roux-en-Y, you have your esophagus, then they create this little pouch of stomach at the bottom of your esophagus, and then they take the rest of your stomach and part of your intestines and move it over here and connect that part of that little pouch they make to another part of your intestine. They bypass the stomach, if they bypass the pyloric valve, and they also bypass part of the intestine. So gastric bypass is restriction, but also malabsorption. Then there's the lap band that everyone knows is the little ring that they fill with fluid, and it cuts off how much you can put in your stomach at a time. There's other surgeries, but those are the three most common. And, you know, it's very personal which surgery you choose. I chose the sleeve for numerous reasons, but mainly because it was the best choice for me, and I liked the idea of having a pyloric valve. I don't know how to explain that to people without sounding like I'm putting down other surgeries, but it was the best choice for me, and I respect when people make other choices. I'm very open in my other videos that I make about my opinions on other surgeries, but for now, let's just say that whatever your friend or family member has chosen, please support them in that, because they had this discussion with their doctor. They know what they're doing. The doctor has approved their choice, or will approve their choice. The doctor's not going to do a surgery they don't think that someone should have. And that's something else I want you to understand, is doctors don't give people weight loss surgery just because they can. There are plenty of people who get denied for surgery on a daily basis. So if your loved one is approved for surgery, trust that that surgeon and their insurance company are aware of the circumstances, because I had to have so much on paper saying that I was healthy and prepared and ready to have this surgery. I had psychiatric evaluations, I had classes, I had numerous medical tests run on my body. People are tested like crazy to make sure they are prepared to have this surgery. So please understand that, yes, they will either be approved or denied based on whether they should have surgery or not, and your opinion is just your opinion. I know that you have probably heard the negative stories about people who've had surgery and gained the weight back, or people who have had complications. What I need you to understand is that people gain the weight back because they don't make lifestyle changes. And people have complications because, well, number one, there are complications that we cannot predict. But number two, we have to take care of our bodies after surgery. We have to eat and drink and take our vitamins and exercise the way that the doctors tell us. And if we don't, we can cause issues in our own body. So while not all complications are caused by poor choices, there are many that are caused by poor choices. So try to support your friend in making better choices without being insulting, cruel, or belittling or demeaning. Don't pick on them, but also encourage them to make better choices and allow them to make those choices for themselves. Because like I say in all my other videos, it is their personal responsibility to be accountable and to make better choices. And no one else can do that for them. No one else can make someone make good choices. We can only encourage and then let it go, you know? So please respect that. They will make the choices they want to make. I can't even make people make the right choice, and I try all the time. It's my job. What else can you do to support the person who's had weight loss surgery? Well, right beforehand, they're going to be on a really strict diet. So avoid eating in front of them, because that's crazy. Right after surgery, there is a lot of struggles immediately. Ask if they need you to pick anything up from the store. That would be really helpful. Support them, because they're going to need physical help. People who have weight loss surgery are going to be in severe amounts of pain, and they're going to be emotional, and it's going to be difficult for about a week or two, sometimes 3. So being as supportive as you can, but also giving them time to rest, is imperative. And then the first few months after surgery, try to avoid any social gatherings with food. Don't avoid inviting your friend, but also make sure that it's taken into consideration that their life is going to be a little difficult. So have something that they can eat, or go somewhere with food they can choose from. Avoid going places where they're not going to have any options. And you're going to have an open dialogue with your friend or family member about what that means. But you know, McDonald's doesn't have any choices for someone who had weight loss surgery. So don't go there with them, or don't ask them to go there. You know, don't ask them to go out drinking at a bar right away. Hang out at their house and drink broth with them. You know, it's just be understanding that their life is in chaos right now, and pretty soon it'll get back to normal, but for right now it's not going to. Try to avoid pushing food in front of their face because it's hard to make these changes. And honestly, I know it's not your responsibility to change your habits because of them. I'm just saying that if you're going to include someone who's had surgery, just be respectful that they are having a tough time. You know, you wouldn't take a pregnant woman to a bar. Someone who just had weight loss surgery, don't take them, you know, to a restaurant to hang out. Another thing to understand is that holidays are very, very stressful right after having surgery, because when you're overweight, a lot of our holidays revolve around food. So do your best to try to include them with what they can have. If you have any more questions, please feel free to email me, Lauren at lifecoachlauren.com, or go to my Facebook page, Lauren Vento Life Coach. But, you know, ultimately, they need you to be supportive and not critical. If you're here to try to talk someone out of having surgery, try to have a little more respect for their choices, because surgery is not scary. And surgery is not, I mean, it's a little scary, but it's not the end of the world. And someone who had surgery is not any less involved in their weight loss than someone who didn't. Be proud of them for wanting to change their life, and stop criticizing them and telling them they could do it without surgery, because if they're considering or planning on having surgery, they don't think they can, and that's the opinion that matters. So thank you for watching. Again, if you want to reach out to me, I'll post the links at the bottom of the page. I will answer any questions that I can. And, you know, if you want to help your friend out with some coaching, let me know and we'll set something up. I can do some coaching for your friend if should they choose, or even have just a simple conversation with them. My prices are on my website. And thank you again for caring enough to watch this video.